Hello Professor, in this assignment 5 we are going to solve the problem 5.1.1, 5.2.1, 5.3.3, 5.4.5 and 5.5.2. In this assignment we are trying to apply a Monte Carlo simulation using random numbers. In the first section we are trying to evaluate the area under the curve and volume under surface using the Monte Carlo simulation. We also realize the limitation of Monte Carlo techniques such as these techniques required large number of trials before the dividation became small. Also in the section we learn to generate random numbers and their applications. One method that we learn in this assignment is middle square method that start with the 4-digit number and square it to obtain an 8-digit number. Then takes the middle 4-digit as the next random number. In section 5.3, we learn to simulate probabilistic behavior using Monte Carlo simulation. Probability is the powerful mechanism that studies randomness and uncertainty to qualify the likelihood of various outcomes. We also apply a Monte Carlo simulation on rolling a pair of 2 dice to get the probability of generating a certain number between 1 and 12. In section 5.4, we further analyze Monte Carlo simulation to get the probability of various real-life problems such as inventory control and consumer demand and supplies. In section 5.5, we further analyze the simulation and to probability method using cubic spine modeling. Now we are moving on codes and let's see how it's work. The first problem. In this problem, we are trying to experiment to simulate the number of tickets to buy to win the prize. We are creating functions called lottery game. Then we are creating an array of 3 numbers, 1, 2 and 3. And assigning the probability 0.55 to 1, 0.35 to 2 and 0.10 to 3. So in this array we will have 55 ones, 35 twos and 10 threes. Then we are creating counter variable and a sample variable. Then we learn the loop until we get the sample of threes. We generate random values from the array that we create in the step above and then increase the counter by 1 if the value is not equal to 3. And if we get 3 as the sample, then we come out from the loop and return to the counter variable. So this is our function, and now we will call this function 10,000 times to get the 10,000 counters. Then we will get an average of those 10,000 counters to get the average number of tickets we need to win a lottery. So if I run this code, I get an average of 9.84 as result. So on an average, we need 10 tickets to win the lottery. Now we will move on second problem. In this problem, we have to use middle square method to generate a random number using an initial value. So we create a function called middle square 1 with 2 parameters, start and end. Start will specify at initial value and end will specify as number of the random numbers to be generated. We are creating a loop until the end. Basically 1 to 10 for the first problem. Basically for the first 1 to 10 lines is basically for the first problem. First we exponent the start value and then we will convert the number into a string and check. If the length is less than 9, then we will add zeros to make the length 9. The other 3 lines in the other three lines are just to remove the blank space and brackets from the string so that any number are remaining in the string. So once we get the number of length of 9, then we will take a middle of that number. We will run this loop 10 times to get 10 numbers. As you can see in the output, the first number is anyway 1009 as given in the problem. The next number is 108, which is the middle 4 digit of 01018081. The next number is 324, which is the middle number of 0003240, and so on and so forth. Similarly, we have defined another function called middle square 2, which is similar to middle square 1. But in this function, we are checking the length to be less than 13 instead of less than 9, because the initial value is 653217, which is quite big, and when we take the exponent of this value, the length would become more than 9 characters. More than 9 characters. So if I run this, are the 20 values we are getting, and if I take the middle, it is going to be 692449 for the first value, 48517 for the second value, and so on and so forth. Similarly, we will run middle square 1 on the third problem and generate 15 random numbers, as you can see in the output. Now we will move on third problem. In this problem, we are trying to do a Monte Carlo simulation to simulate the sum of 100 rolls of a pair of dice. So before we even go to any further, we want to calculate the expected probability. So in this code, line 6 to line 12, we are trying to calculate the expected probability. So we have to create two arrays to represent dice 1 and dice 2 to get all 36 combinations of sums. Then we will do the sum of array 1 and array 2, which will give us the sums. As you can see, the sums in the output. Then we will get the counter of each sum. As you can see in the output, sum of 2 is appear only once, then sum of 3 has appeared twice, and then similar sum of 4 appears 3 times. Now we will calculate the probability of each sum. So you can see in the output the probability of sum of 2 is 0.0277 and probability of sum of 3 is 0.0555 and so on and so forth. Now we will create a function with random number for each dice. And then we calculate the probability the same way as we calculate for the expected probability. We are going to run this function with 100 times, 1000 times, 5000 times, 10,000 times and 40 times. As you can see in the output, the probability after 100 runs, 1000 runs, 5000 runs, 10,000 runs and 40,000 runs. After each run, you can see the probability is getting closer and closer to expected probability. You can see after 40,000 runs, the probability is quite closer to expected probability. These numbers can change sizes slightly depending on the seeds that we are going to use to generate the random numbers.